Well, hi everybody. Welcome back to this discussion on the Glazunow concerto. I've reached page two and three, and I've just been listening to some of that footage which you've just heard, and there are a number of things which strike me. Some very, again, violinistic, developmental skills, if you like, which I need to work on. There are some other aspects which are much more musical. But of course, the whole thing combines into this sort of whole. So we've got some obvious violinistic things which I need to look at. The usual things, intonation, rhythm, shifting, bow distribution, all of these things, they are very apparent in this passage. The first thing that I'd like to say, though, was just a general observation, and to make sure that the bow is really leading the fingers, and that the vibrato is being felt in the hand. I noticed at certain points when I lost contact with what I might call the ground, I lost contact with the floor. Now, this is not something that I think is necessary to have in our awareness all the time. But it's very, very important to be aware when this connection is lost, so that there's a chance of readjusting. And it's this process of being brave enough, if you like, to be aware of these processes rather than just hanging on to the music. Obviously, we have to play the music. But most importantly, if we've done our preparation, then we really need to be incredibly alert to what's happening within us. This is the Dolce passage again, another one of Glazunow's Dolces, in the Tranquillo section with this beautiful melody. So that I don't get drawn in to the loveliness of this phrase. It's quite a challenge. It's a kind of staying back, but it's also being, I think, a witness to your playing rather than being too active in trying to say something. So let's see if I can illustrate that point a little better. Now, at that point, another thing which I think is also quite, it's an issue for, I think, every performer. I was thinking a little bit about the phrase I just played, thinking about how I might improve that, and maybe how I might improve it for my next performance. In so doing, I lose attention for the next phrase. So let's see if we can look at section figure 4 again, and see if I can just play it a little bit more simply. And this is another violinistic point, and that's the idea of shifting from would like to introduce the idea of learning to be very mindful of the bow and what we're doing with the bow at the moment, if you like, of highest effort or highest tension, when we make a shift, and especially an expressive shift. This piece, Glazunow, of course, is full of expressive shifting, but and what we really need to acknowledge is that the bow is really facilitating the shift. So we don't, to put it very crudely, we don't want to press into a shift, but we want to allow the bow to really be the handmaiden to the fingers, if you like. So it allows the passage of a shift from one position to the other to be an easy one. Let's just take it from the top of page 2, and let's see if I can incorporate some of those ideas into the into this music, into this passage.